What's going on, guys? My name is Julian Jung. I am the host of the Blockchain Brief, where every episode we are interviewing innovators and founders in the blockchain and crypto space. Today, I'm excited to have Bennett Collen, the founder of Cognate. Now, Cognate is using blockchain technology to help companies better protect and profit from their trademarks. Now, Bennett, before we jump into this, just a couple of quick reminders. All of our interviews are under 10 minutes, so please be as concise as possible. On top of that, just remember to keep things simple, non-technical, and as easy for everyone to understand as possible. All right? Now, without further ado, Bennett Collen, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Julian. Fun to be here.
Yeah, no, of course, man. So let's jump right into it. Would you mind kind of introducing yourself, giving a little bit of background on what you're working on? And I think for you in particular, sort of domain experience in the space.
Sure. Yeah. So as you mentioned, Cognate is helping businesses better protect and profit from their trademark rights using blockchain. And my relevant domain experience is that I'm the son of two trademark attorneys. So I sort of have trademarks in my blood. I grew up going to meetings with my parents. I worked at their firm for parts of 20 years. You know, I worked school breaks, summer vacations, and then a couple years full-time after college. So, you know, I sort of got my unofficial JD in trademark law. And while I was working at my parents' firm, you know, we found these issues that came up over and over and over again, which is proving trademark use, you know, having a certified way to show how someone is using a mark, where they've earned trademark rights. It's really not straightforward, and it would lead to all these complicated and expensive problems. That's where the idea for Cognate came from. And then, you know, in 2016, I stumbled upon the blockchain at an MIT talk and just sort of fell down the rabbit hole like everyone else and was blown away.
Very cool. So let's dive into that a little bit more about sort of the problem with the trademark world, right? So just kind of describe that a little bit and talk to our viewers a little bit about how large that market is.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, Cognate really started as a way for companies to make a record of their common law trademark rights. So really quick background, in the United States, trademark rights are earned when you start using a word or a logo to sell goods or services to your customers. You don't have to register with the government. Those are called common law trademark rights, and they're legally enforceable and defensible. But there's no centralized registry where people can say, hey, I'm claiming ownership to this trademark, or I'm defending this. It just sort of only comes up in conflict. So we wanted to create a registry system that made it a lot more transparent. And that was sort of the initial idea. And then, you know, as we discovered more about blockchain, you know, it became clear that it would be able to do that really well, right? Create a ledger of all these trademarks that are in use but not registered anywhere else, and have these time-stamped permanent records associated with them, which would make them more enforceable and defensible in court. But then as we started to understand more about the functionality of the blockchain, how we could set up a distributed system and really turn trademarks into a digital asset that would exist on a blockchain like any other token, and it could encompass all of the functionality in the life cycle of a trademark, from its first use to registration with the government, to licensing to other companies, to a sale. All of that can be done via smart contract on blockchain a lot more efficiently than the existing systems, which are usually government-based, really slow, and expensive to use.
Got it. So now, like, walk me through, like, can I now use Cognate, right? Or if I'm a company, can I go on?
Yeah.
No worries. No, is that mine or yours?
I don't know. I don't think it's mine. Oh, it is mine. Jesus, what a bad game.
That's perfectly fine.
I muted everything but the Google. I left my phone in the other room just so this wouldn't happen.
That's perfectly fine. I don't know. Do you want to shoot it from the top? No, we can figure it out. We can edit it.
Chop it up, yeah.
Yeah, we'll chop it up. Don't worry about it.
So maybe just ask that question again.
Yeah,
and then
I'll ask that question again. So Bennett, is anyone able to use Cognate right now? Like, can I go on there and register a trademark, or sort of walk me through what that user flow looks like?
Yeah, so it's real straightforward. We have a user interface where you go onto the website, you enter information about your trademark. It's like any other web form. And most importantly, you submit a specimen that proves your trademark use. So this is something that will say to us that I'm not just planning to use this mark, or it's not something I've just come up with. Here's proof that I'm actually using this to offer my goods or services to my customers, whoever that may be. So a lot of our customers do business online, so it's a screenshot of their website, right? Really straightforward. But then all the magic happens in the back end, right? So we have built a smart contract library. We actually had a big update to our smart contract library that we released this week. And we use an API to interface with the Ethereum blockchain. And once that information is in our system, we record it on the blockchain. So we're essentially, giving you that timestamp associated with your trademark rights, but we're also, for lack of a better word, tokenizing your trademark, right? Because it becomes a smart contract that can then have other information appended to it. It can be held in a wallet. It can be, transferred to other wallets. And we're looking to add, hopefully sometime within the next 6 months, prefabricated smart contracts or agreements for, sale of a trademark asset or licensure of a trademark asset. But right now, it's in production, it's functioning, it's on the Ethereum mainnet. Anyone could go to our website and record or tokenize their trademark.
Very good, very good. Now, what I found particularly interesting was that, you're a company that's utilizing the blockchain. However, you made the conscious decision to not go out there and launch an ICO, right? So I think you're really going against the herd mentality there. I think it's great, but would love to hear the thought process behind why you decided to do that, right? Because obviously ICOs are all the hype at this point in time.
Yeah, it's something we thought about really carefully. We considered it. We wrote a white paper. We hired attorneys. We did all of our diligence. We're really excited about it. The problem was we couldn't get 100% comfortable with the regulatory environment. We just think there wasn't enough clarity from the SEC, let alone all of the other jurisdictions that we'd want to be launching our token in. And it just sort of seemed like it was an unacceptable regulatory risk, especially given the fact that we are a business that is operating within the legal field, right? If we're going to be talking to attorneys and government institutions, we can't really have this other unclear regulatory gray area be a main part of what our company is doing and how it's operating. Sure. We're really hopeful that the regulatory picture will become clearer within the next 6 months, and then we'll still planning on having a token sale whenever we sort of see that there's a bright line that will show us how to do it and stay within the rules for all of the relevant jurisdictions that we want to be operating in. That's not to say that you can't do it safely. And, I think most companies who, hire attorneys and have good trademark counsel and trying to do the right thing will be fine. But we just couldn't get 100% comfortable with it. We also had, a path to fund, traditional fundraising. So, we figured it wasn't a necessity for our company to move to the next step.
Got it. Spoken like a son of two lawyers. So kind of walk me through a little bit now about like how far along you guys are, right? Like anything that you can share in regards to, I know that you have a fully functioning product, but any in terms of, revenue, partners, vendors, hires, fundraisers, any milestones that you feel comfortable sharing with everyone here.
Yeah, sure. So we're about 60% committed to our current fundraise. We hired a new VP of tech who has a really great pedigree, Matt Rubino. Really excited to have him on board with us. He has a lot of experience building mobile ad tech software. He's been a part of 2 acquisitions, but that mobile ad tech software, serving like billions of data points a day, right? So we really need that sort of scale to fully recognize the vision for Cognate. So he's been great to have on board. He's complemented my CTO, Chris, really well. They actually worked together in the past. And in terms of customer traction, we actually just had one company register about 1,500 trademarks with us last month. Yeah, so that was really exciting. Enabled us to sort of test out our new smart contract library, help us get up and running. And, we're having really good conversations with a couple of big companies to manage their trademark portfolio in-house, a couple of public companies. And the most recent foray, I guess, would be into governments. We're talking to a couple government-based trademark offices to help them use blockchain to help their constituents or their citizens protect their own trademark rights, which is really great for us because our eventual goal is to have every single trademark in use around the world to have a corresponding record on a blockchain-based ledger, right? And no matter how we can get to that goal, we're going to try and do that. And, hopefully all of that happens through Cognate, but, we're really excited by the discussions we're having.
Good stuff, man. Yeah. I mean, the process for trademarking now is not the easiest. So this is definitely a breath of fresh air. Kind Good stuff, man. So kind of walk me through a little bit more about what you guys are planning on doing with the capital raise. How much are you guys looking to raise?
We're looking to raise $1.5 million.
Got it. Got it. And what are you going to deploy the funds for?
Yeah, we need more development help. As great as our development team is, only two guys. We need we need more help there to really build out the infrastructure to really handle the amount of scale we want to do, and then build the other features on top of it. Right. As I mentioned, the vision goes a lot beyond just time stamping these records and putting them in the blockchain. And to really build out the fully recognized vision is going to require a bigger development team. And then, standard business development stuff, right? Salesperson, some marketing, product, a lot of things still left to be done that, we haven't gotten to yet. So, we're going to put some money into marketing and,
I know you guys have flown mostly under the radar and grown this thing very organically. So I've admired watching it from day one here.
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it would have been fun to do an ICO too, right? It just,
it would have been fun to do an ICO too.
Yeah. Maybe in another life.
Sure.
Sorry.
Maybe that's in the cards for the future, you said, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not off the table, but, maybe in another life, I was not the son of two trademark attorneys. I would have jumped in with both feet and, raised $15 million or something.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Awesome. Well, Bennett, thank you so much for your time. Is there anything else that you would like to share? And also, is there a way for people to easily get in touch with you if they're interested in reaching out?
Sure. Yeah. My email address is just Bennett@Cognate, COGNATE.com. I encourage anyone to go check out the site. Anyone who has a business, a slogan, a logo, whatever you're using to promote your business, I would encourage them to go register on Cognate and check it out, and would love any feedback.
Fantastic. Awesome. Well, Bennett, thank you again for joining us. And we look forward to tracking the progress over the next couple of months and the next year or so.
All right. Thanks, Julian.
Awesome, man. Take care, all right?
All right. You too.